Hello everybody, we are live by the looks of things. Welcome to Montezuma. It is a little bit breezy, but it is hot here. It is like, well, according to the thermometer, about 86 degrees, and it feels it. That sun is hot. There's not much going on in terms of bird activity that I've seen so far. I have seen some turkey vultures flying around, maybe at least 4 of them. Or at least I should say I've seen at least 4 since I arrived. They were on utility poles when I first arrived, but they may be the ones that I've been seeing in the air more recently. I have seen or heard also song sparrows, American goldfinches, only 1 or 2 red-winged blackbirds. May have heard a swamp sparrow, maybe, I'm not sure. I've seen some purple martins. I saw a barn swallow. And I mentioned the turkey vultures already. I haven't seen really anything else or heard anything else that I can think of. So who knows? Maybe we're not going to see much here today. I don't know. Between the hot weather, the drained main pool, you name it, it's kind of working against us today. But we're here, and we'll see what we can see as usual. So welcome to Montezuma. Let's get started. I did not speak with anyone inside. The person at the front desk was busy with other people, but I did look at the list of bird sightings or at least one list of bird sightings from yesterday, and nothing out of the ordinary at all. I did see a pigeon also. I forgot about the pigeon. Just one. Just get the feeling in terms of, at least while we're here now, that at this time of day, hot day, you get the feeling that this might be a quiet day in terms of vocalizations, etc. So we'll see. We were here, last weekend, and we've been coming up here, of course, regularly. We were here on Sunday because Saturday was that much hotter. And, Sunday was hot enough, but somehow it seemed maybe a little bit cooler than it does today. I believe temperatures might have been a little bit lower, and also the breeze just worked in our favor to keep things relatively cool. Just a reminder, we will not be having a tour next week, and most likely I don't believe I'm going to be able to, just because of, unless things clear up on the schedule, and I doubt it, but they might. Oh, I saw a couple catbirds also, forgot about them. I saw one and heard one. I just heard an American goldfinch. So, no tours really through August and into September. A couple weeks in September, and if things settle down, maybe or if there's time, maybe there might be a broadcast, but I doubt it. Sorry to do that to you. If I had a choice, up ahead on the road and just now moving off the road, there's a robin, American robin. Oh, and I see an eagle in the air. First eagle I've seen anywhere today. Okay, I'm not going to show you through the windshield like that, but that was a bald eagle. It looked like an adult given the white coloration on the tail and head. I'm hearing, I believe, more. Oh, some looked like a sparrow just flew across the road, but I'm not sure what it was. Not sure what I'm hearing. I'm hearing something else. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest with you. Oops. How can this wire be tangled already? I haven't even used it yet. Oh, what did I just see? There's a possibility I just saw a harrier. I'm not sure. Up ahead, that way, but it's out of view right now. Just heard a song sparrow. That was a, you know, if it was a harrier, it was a northern harrier, by the way. That's the full name. There it is. Yes, that was a northern harrier. It's a, if you don't know, it's a type of hawk. I saw one last week, and I don't remember if we saw one together or not. I don't remember, but given our location right now, we're still not far from the visitor center. Maybe it's not surprising, given that we had, I had seen one last week, and the person inside the visitor center had seen one also, or maybe the same one, but. There was a chance as I was walking to my car from the visitor center that I heard one sound that almost kind of sounded like cedar waxwing, but I wasn't sure. You never know. Oh, there's some kind of bird down there. The birds. Oh, it looks like a greater yellowlegs. There, and I believe, and then I thought I saw movement. Yeah, so I think we have a couple down there. Hold on one second. Look, I want to look with binoculars. 1 second. There may be 3 birds down there. I'm not sure if they are greater yellowlegs. Hold on. It is hot. Oh, maybe they are. Just heard a red-winged blackbird. And then there was the other here. Just move a little bit. I don't know. If you've tuned in before, you know I'm no expert on shorebirds. And I believe I just heard a swamp sparrow. Okay. Do I see somebody? Is there somebody? Hold on a minute. No. Never mind. Song sparrow. True. You know, you often hear the best time to go to an area for bird watching really isn't the middle of the day. That was a swamp sparrow, and it really is the middle of the day. You know, you should go either early in the morning or later on in the you know, early evening. And you know, in some ways, I'd say that's true. You know, when the heat is oppressive in the summertime, you know, things often I mean, they don't completely settle down to zero, but I mean, very often there's a lot less activity than there might be, you know, as things are cooler earlier in the day or later in the day. They look like ducks of some sort, but from here I'm not going to be able to identify them. I have not been seeing too many ducks fly around, although I did see some yesterday. I couldn't identify them. I was driving at the time, and I don't know if they were mallards or what. And I don't know for certain, but maybe they go through, I don't know if they go through a molting period like Canada geese do, but I have been seeing Canada geese now as I've, you know, just in my travels, in areas where I had not been seeing them the last few weeks because they were not accessible really, essentially, by foot. And so my point is, the molting season for the Canada geese seems to be coming to an end. And, you know, they're starting to do a little more flying. I often have Canada geese within my view from home, and you know, I had not been seeing them until just the last few days. I believe I see an eastern kingbird. This won't be a close look, but through the windshield like this, but there's one right there. Notice the white breast and the dark body. I mean, it's a flycatcher, but those are some of the distinguishing characteristics. It's pretty dark, and but its breast is fairly close to white, so for me anyway, they're relatively easy to identify. Oh, I just saw a small bird. I'll bet it was a marsh wren, but I don't know. Haven't heard one yet, though. I don't know if it was a marsh wren. I just saw it in flight. Might have been a sparrow of some sort, for all I know. Just saw a red-winged blackbird, and oh, I see a shorebird of some sort. Where'd it go? I'm not sure what it was. It may have been a killdeer, but I don't know. I didn't get a good look at it. Not many people here today, again, like last week. I would have to guess that some of that is because the people who do come here regularly, or just yeah, I mean, they just may have a good idea that, you know, this time of year, the bird watching isn't necessarily the greatest here. It's a more quiet time of year, as I've mentioned in prior weeks. Maybe they're elsewhere, maybe they just don't bother. I don't know. I hear something. There's a great blue heron cronking. And oh, what are those? What are those? Hold on, I don't know what I just saw. They look kind of like shorebirds, but oh, who's that? Just for a swamp sparrow, but someone flew across the road. It seemed like it was a small bird. Don't know what it was, and I have no idea where it went, but well, let's see if I can back up. Oh, there they are. Whatever they are, they look like shorebirds of some sort, but I don't know what they were. But I don't believe they weren't killdeer. And I don't know if I'll be able to see them. I just heard them. And I saw them, but I didn't get a good enough look. Oh, what's that? Gull of some sort, I think. In the air. Where are those other birds, though? See, I can't see them from here. We've got too much vegetation in the way. Well, I'm going to back up to here and yeah, well, a little bit more. I'm going to set you down to see if I can use binoculars and maybe find them if they're still around, whatever they are. There were two of them. Well, I see something else, by the way, that I either missed before or simply couldn't see before. Not sure what it is. Near the great blue heron. There's the heron. I don't know if that's a gallinule. It might be a gallinule. Young one. Hearing an American goldfinch right now. Hold on. Small bird there somewhere. Can't seem to find it. Sparrow, okay. I'm gonna leave that window open because the breeze feels good. Oh, there they are. Shoot. Where'd they go? Whatever they were, I don't know if they're still flying, but they're those other, I believe, shorebirds came into view very quickly. And they may have landed somewhere around here. Meanwhile, I don't know where those birds went. I don't believe I can see them from here, just because of the grasses in the way. We may have to give up on them. Unfortunately. Some cars up ahead that have passed us. Stop. Oh, I see. I think I just saw a tree swallow. Oh, I lost sight of it now. Oh, is that it? Not any longer. Well, we're going to move on, I think. I'm sorry about all that. I just kept coming into view and out of view, but I couldn't get the camera on them. Look at some of the binoculars. Okay. Never mind. Oh, I just heard a common yellowthroat. Here it is again. A little bit different than the wickety, but it's, you know, you can tell it's one of their calls. Just saw an American goldfinch in the air. lot of grass over there, so let's stay on this side, I guess. I thought I heard something, but maybe not. See another great blue heron. Oops. I am hearing that crow or two. And looks like a common gallinule. Young one, I think. Kind of doesn't in a way. I wonder if could that be Virginia rail? Find it. The great blue heron is down here, by the way, behind the grasses. Everything's behind the grass. All day long, behind the grasses. Yeah, I'm guessing gallinule, but I think it is. Duke. But a young one, not a full adult. We may have seen the very same bird last week, given where we are. Looks like another. I might be able to get it for you. Still hearing that crow. The common yellowthroat has been singing regularly. And who is that? That is an adult common gallinule, and is that a young one with it by the looks of it. Oh, and above them, just flying in. Wait, can I get it? Looks like, is that a kingbird? I believe so. Not the clearest view, but I believe that's what I'm seeing. Don't know where the crows are that we've been hearing, or that I don't know if you've been hearing it, but I've been hearing them. I do try to keep in mind that what you hear isn't necessarily what I hear. You sometimes hear things better than I do, and sometimes I hear things better than you do. For instance, when there's a mosquito right near the microphone, you definitely hear it. I might not hear it at all, but last week, between not seeing much and having technical issues, we spent less time in Montezuma than we ordinarily would. We may just have the same situation. Hopefully we won't have technical issues, but we may not be seeing all that much today. And maybe we won't spend all that much time up here. I don't know. Just driving by, kicking up dust. You wonder why he's even here. Probably driving faster than he should, too. Saw some fairly interesting eagle activity last week here, but we haven't seen. I just saw the one eagle here so far today. I haven't noticed any others, not yet. Song sparrow we just heard. I don't even yet see any Canada geese. You know, they've cut down some of this vegetation by the looks of things. At least I think they have. Either that or else I've just forgotten what has been mowed. From our point of view, in terms of trying to see things, that was very much needed, the mowing. I believe I'm hearing now eastern kingbirds, and I might be seeing. Is that something? No. There's a great blue heron right over here. And we had, for the last couple weeks, seen Canada geese in this area, but I don't see any yet today. But and if you think about it, that may not be surprising at all. Oh, there's one. And I say that because, granted, there's water here and there are grasses here, but there aren't. If the geese do like to spend time on the water, meaning like deeper water when they roost, that wouldn't serve. Hold on one second. Is that a turn or is that a gull? Looks like a tern. So I believe that's a Caspian tern. But anyway, as I was saying, so this is if you can't fly because you're molting, okay, fine. You know, maybe you have to make do with what you have. But if they're now able to fly a lot better, maybe the Canada geese have gone to areas where, you know, it's more favorable to them. There may be a couple more geese out there. Maybe not. That's the one we saw already. Okay, never mind. As I was saying earlier, you know, lately I've been seeing geese in my own view from home, and I had not for, you know, a number of weeks. So I mean, just in the last few days they started showing up again. And also in my travels I saw them in another area where, you know, not right next to water, and I hadn't been seeing them, and all of a sudden they were there. So they're starting to fly around. I saw some geese in flight Thursday night. We did see 2 in flight last week. As I recall, we were near East Road, or on East Road actually. Looks like a turkey vulture by the way it's wobbly, has more of a V rather than the very level wings level with the rest of the body. So I don't believe that was an eagle. That's a tree swallow, and I believe this one is also. See, Great Heron just flew over to here. Now I don't know if there's any water there. I kind of doubt it, but maybe there is. I can see it with the naked eye, but it's not easy. I mean, it blends in pretty well color-wise. You know, zoomed in on the camera, less so, but with the naked eye, it's not easy to see, but I happen to see it land there. Definitely a very quiet day here. You know, for me, sure, I'd like to see more, but it's not like I'm being let down. You know, I knew what to expect coming up here. I'm a regular, and you know, I can always be surprised, but I have a general idea of what to expect this time of year, and especially with the conditions the way they are. I feel sorry for anyone who's maybe made a special trip here not knowing that, you know, the bird watching today isn't necessarily the greatest. Behind me, well, a ways behind me, there's a car and there's someone standing in the car while, you know, through the sunroof. And, you know, maybe hoping to take the greatest picture ever of whatever, but, you know, maybe disappointed because there's not much to see. Even if there is a lot to see. Killdeer, I think. Even if there is a lot to see, you know, depending on what you're looking for, I would say from a photography standpoint, this is not the best time of day to see it. You know, middle of the day, the light isn't as good as, in my opinion, as it is, you know, either early in the morning or late afternoon. All depends on what you're looking for, of course. I would say my favorite is late afternoon sunshine. Again, assuming the sunshine's working for you, if it's, you know, in the direction you want it to be. Thought I might have just heard a starling. I'm not sure though. I may have just seen a starling. Maybe not. I don't know. Haven't heard a marsh wren yet, and we've been through areas where we had been hearing them. So maybe today is not the day. Maybe they stop singing, you know, as things get, you know, progress through the summer. What was that? Okay. Oops. Either a red-winged blackbird or something similar. Saw someone walking. Getting back to what I was saying, you know, and this has happened to me. You know, you get excited to take photos and to see whatever. Hold on, where are these guys? Look like morning doves, I think. And there may have been 3 of them. I see 2 now, but just I thought I saw maybe a 3rd. You know, you're excited to go bird watching. You get everything ready, and the weather is supposed to be, you know, maybe what you think you'd like to have, whatever that may be, and go to your destination and you don't see anything. I mean, that can happen. And that's, you know, that's bad enough. The worst is when you do all that, you don't see anything, and then you later find out that other people went there and they saw all sorts of things that you missed, or, you know, either your timing was wrong or something happened. Okay, I do see some activity, some birds. I'm not sure what I just heard, but a number of Canada geese and some birds that are, I'm not sure if they're geese, I'm sorry, if they're gulls or if they're, looks like we've got terns there, and maybe, yeah, mostly terns. Great blue heron also. And there may be maybe something else there too, but I'm not sure. There are Canada geese. I just heard a killdeer. Here comes another Caspian tern by the looks of it. We won't spend much time looking at them unless I happen to see like some shorebirds or something that, you know, I do see a shorebird. It looks like it's probably a greater yellowlegs, but I don't know. Grasses here are very tough. I don't know if I ever remember them ever getting this bad. We definitely need to do some mowing here too. That is a killdeer, and so is that. Looking for, where'd they go? A brief moment or two. Just a very quiet day here today. You can hear the killdeer. Dee-dee, 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 dee-dee. Okay, I think we're going to move on. We're just not seeing things well here anyway, so let's keep going. Another great blue heron and a shorebird that looked like it was probably greater yellowlegs. Let's see if we can maybe see them. Oh, that's, yes. See, I mean, look at between the distance, the lighting, everything, it almost looks washed out enough to be a great egret, but that's a great blue heron. Greater yellowlegs by the looks of things, in terms of that shorebird. To my eyes, the great blue heron really does not appear white enough to be a great egret. So I mean, I could tell that right away. But with the camera, it looked a little bit closer, and that's just the way the camera's treating the light. you wonder. I mean, they've drained the pool and everything, but some of these areas continue to have water, and you wonder if they can ever be drained. Maybe, you know, they have sources of water, and just, you know, unless you block everything. Ooh, that breeze feels good. Can't tell what it is. It may be a song sparrow, but I'm not sure. Yes, I think it is. Okay. Oh, who just landed there? It's a leaf. I saw something else land there, though. Did it fly away? It might have. Maybe I never got it on camera. Guess not. Okay, let me set you down for just a moment. Well, if anything did fly there, I missed it. I missed it. I can see down the channel, and although I'm not looking closely, I don't see anything down there. I don't see any herons or anything like that. Over on the other side, I may see something. I'm not sure, in the distance. From here it looks like, are they Canada geese? It looks like it, but something looks small there. Could it be a gosling this late? That small? I kind of doubt it. Let's see if we can maybe line things up and get a slightly better view, but I don't believe I can drive too far before I lose line of sight. I want to get it so I don't have to look through the windshield, though. Okay, I'm going to have to angle the car. The car behind me might not like it, but okay. So we do have some Canada geese. A lot of heat shimmer, of course, but there are some ducks there. I'm not sure what they are, to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time seeing them on my little screen here. And given how, you know, we're focused over this, through the heat shimmer, I should say. We may be, at least some of them may look like wood ducks, but I'm not sure. Okay, that's about as good a look as we're going to get. I could switch cameras and try to get a better look, but it won't be great no matter what I do, and because of the location, it's difficult for me. I do see a great egret. And if the grasses are cooperative, I might be able to show you. Big if. And I see a great blue heron as well. And possibly, I don't know if I'll show you or not. The great blue heron I can probably show you. It's right there. And then, oh, another great egret flying through. So there are two. The egrets are flying, or at least one of the egrets is flying around. Okay, you can kind of see them, or maybe I can do this. There. There's one, and there's another. Anybody else? See, as we drive forward now, I've lost sight of the ducks and geese, or most of them anyway. I want to look at something 1 second with binoculars. Okay, that's nothing. Did both egrets just leave? They might have. I looked away and now I don't see them, and I just saw one in flight further along. So I wonder, now what is that? Is that something, or is that just vegetation or litter? Vegetation or litter. Okay, or something. Alright, let's keep going. Next, look like mounds. Getting bigger. So I do apologize if this is kind of boring, and it is. I'll admit it. We're not seeing much here today. But I was always, of course, coming up here, always hoping that maybe we'll see something special. Something out of the ordinary. So far we haven't. I may have just heard a marsh wren. And that looks like a bald eagle. I did hear a marsh wren. I wonder if they see the bald eagle. And is there another one? Come on. Focus. No, that, if anything, that looks like an osprey. By the shape of its wings. You know, just as a general guide, it's not foolproof. Sometimes, you know, one of these can be giving you a different look. But like when you see an eagle, you know, the wings are broader, and they, you know, they're kept level with the body. A turkey vulture very often has them in a V, a slight, you know, more of a V, and they occasionally do that wobble as they float in the air. And you know, the wings of an osprey are, you know, they're more curved, they're rounded, they've got a leading edge that's rounded, and and proportionally the wings are smaller proportionally to the body. But sometimes, you know, you might see a turkey vulture in the air, and it's not really in, you know, holding its wings in a V, so it can be hard to tell. This looks like a great egret in the air. Oh, if I can find it. And there it goes. So we did hear of at least one marsh wren, maybe more. Hearing a swamp sparrow or two. For the moment, it's clouding over just a bit. I mean, the sky's still mostly clear, but we've got a cloud blocking, you know, putting us in shade for the bit, and it's a welcome relief. Up ahead, there looks like he's taking pictures. I wonder if he sees something. There's no doubt. I mean, being above the car like that, like he is, you know, through the sunroof, does offer some advantages. Especially trying to see over grasses. But you also roast in the sun. If you're also expected to drive, it just doesn't work. I don't know when they're going to start refilling the pool, or I should say allowing it, you know, to refill. I don't know. Looks like tractor with what appears to be some sort of a mowing apparatus behind it. Hearing a marsh wren again. Maybe two. Not seeing any birds. We're going to keep moving. If it's grown that high, that those grasses that we just saw and I mentioned, I don't know if they've grown just because they drained the pool and maybe water levels are down here, even though there is some water remaining. I really don't know. But all along, my fear has been they drain, and then when they do allow things to refill, the vegetation is higher than the grass. There's another great heron over here. Not the best view. Who is that? Looks like a mallard, but I'm not sure. Yes, it's the mallard. See anyone with that mallard. Hold on 1 second. Okay, never mind. Shade again, by the way, in case you hadn't realized. I've done some mowing, but there's still a lot of tall vegetation blocking the view. It's better though. And I have a feeling they won't do any more mowing. Once they've gone through, I suspect they won't do more, but you never know. I may be wrong. Maybe they've just done one path and maybe they're going to do another path the other way. I really don't know. But I mean, you can see it's been cut here, and there's tall vegetation between us still. But it is, like I said, it is better. It can't be easy trying to get the right balance of things. You know, you want things to be natural. You want to promote the wildlife. But if you're also hoping to have people come and see the wildlife, you know, you have to make it possible for them to do so. And that's not always easy. Looks like we may have a few more Canada geese over here. Not many, but a few. So, I mean, you know, someone could argue, oh, all this should be mowed completely down. Well, first of all, there may be wildlife that's making use of those grasses, or is just more comfortable because of those grasses. And, you know, I wouldn't say get rid of them completely, but they do get in our way. I mean, there's no doubt. And a great blue heron. I believe I heard a song sparrow. Oh, and maybe more Canada geese way out there. And another great blue heron. Okay. What is that? Hold on, let's see. Go. Litter. Go. Not sure the time, but go. See that the bald eagle statue, and if you're driving by, you might assume that there are like, you know, a million eagles here, and all you have to do is drive through, and you'll see about 200 or 300 of them. You know, it's not that easy. But the point is, you know, that statue is easily visible from the highway, and there are, you know, people do notice, you know, this whole complex as they drive by. So they, you know, sometimes I've even had people ask me, you know, what is that there? You know, what is it? What can you do? Can you see things, etc. Are you allowed to drive around? Do you have to pay? All those kinds of questions. And if they see the eagle statue, they might just assume that all you have to do is just move a few feet over onto this road from the highway, and you'll see, you know, all kinds of eagles. But you have to be patient. You have to hope that they're around, etc. Hold on a second. see a couple ducks down there. I think they might be mallards. And up ahead on the road, I did see some. I don't see them now. They flew off. A couple of common grackles. Like that's just about it for Wildlife Drive. Could have been worse, but it wasn't great. Just saw and heard an eastern kingbird over on the Maze Point side. Osprey. There. Maybe two. I think two. Are on a pond to my left. Actually, quite a few. Come on, Subaru, while we're young. Today, see if there's anything going on. No promises, of course. And even if there is something going on, you know, with the way the sunshine is, it may be difficult to see it, but we're going to give it a try. As long as I can find my way there. It's a big if. That I've seen much in terms of you know, my own bird watching during the week. I haven't had much time, but I haven't gone anywhere special or anything. But even just like looking around, I haven't seen anything out of the ordinary. In my area, though, I've been seeing and hearing you know, at least one juvenile red-tailed hawk. I don't know how many are around. Maybe just the one, and maybe two. I really don't know. Last year, I never saw more than one at a time. And this year, I can't be certain I've seen more than one at a time. I kind of doubt it, actually. signs that we're heading towards what I believe is called the Sandhill Crane Unit, Van Dyne Spoor Road, which we're on that road right now. We haven't been here in a while. Up ahead, there's an area where there's no maintenance during the colder months. And you may recall we came here in the fall and there was a lot of muck and mud. Close. The bugs are going crazy out there. Especially on my left, my driver's side rear view mirror, or I should say side mirror. Some kind of flies or something. I don't know what they are. Maybe I don't want to know. And they're keeping up with the car. I'm driving 14 miles an hour. I've lost most of them now. There's one that's still on the car though. Protected. It has no wind on it to speak of because of where it is on the mirror. Its friends are way back there. Now it's going to lose its friends. There it goes, but it's got a ways to fly back now. Now they're all landing. They've caught up with the car. Sure. Hold on a second. It's hard to show you, but anyway. Up ahead on a pole, I wonder if that's an osprey or... I don't know what it is. No, it's a crow. Okay. And it looks like closer there are some tree swallows up near the wires. Another one of those doing them. There may not be anything here to see, I don't know. We'll take a look. Oh, just saw a great blue heron or two. The crow just took off. Maybe just one great blue heron. I'm going to leave the windows closed for the moment. And further on, I'm not sure what kind of ducks they are. Is that a pied-billed grebe? Maybe. If the bugs leave us alone, I may just, when we come back through, we may use the other camera, which we have yet to use today. But we may just do that to get a better look. Just want to see if this is worth the time to look around or not. It looks a lot different from when we were here last. We didn't have all this vegetation grown in like this. Now, I don't know if they're agricultural fields or things have just been allowed to grow. I think things have just been allowed to grow. could be wrong. Let's look down this channel here. I don't see anything. Those flies or whatever they are, they're still staying with my car. I don't see much really that is of interest here, so maybe we should just turn right around and head back. I had heard last week that, you know, this can still be a good place to go, and maybe it is. Of course, we just arrived, so maybe up ahead, maybe there will be something. Hold on, I want to look with binoculars. Okay, never mind. Another spot with binoculars. Never mind. Yeah, not much going on here. Nothing really exciting. Not that I can see. You know, it's not the most exciting time of year. There's another great blue heron. I mean, we're not seeing anything really out of the ordinary here. Common Gallinwood. And, oh, duck and ducklings. And pretty young too. Surprising, just how late it is in the year. And it's nearly August. But again, I'm not seeing all that much that's really worth stopping for. Some starlings. I believe those are starlings. Ready? Hold on a second. Yes. Okay, no, that's working. Let me have a look at them. I just want to see. I believe they are, and they may be, many of them may be young starlings. Oh, what did I just see? Shorebird of some sort. Okay. Kind of look like eagles out there, but they're way out there. Let's keep moving along here. I have to guess that they're gulls, but I don't know. Maybe we'll be able to tell if we get a little closer. I'm guessing gulls, but... And there may be a great egret up ahead, I'm not sure. Hard to tell. Great blue heron or two. Another one closer. Actually, there are a few great blue herons here in the area. Just very quickly. Oh. They do look like gulls way out there, but maybe we'll have a look. We'll see. Still supposedly 85 degrees. But again, that sun is very hot. Who just flew over the road? I don't know what it was. Can't see it now. It flew. I don't know. Lower the window. Not sure what they are. They might be. Are they wood ducks by chance? That's wood ducks and ducklings. Cute. Again, it seems late to see such young ducklings, but not everything is on the same schedule, so that's okay. But you know, the areas where we normally travel, they're in terms of timing, they've been ahead of that. Ahead of them in terms of reproduction. What am I seeing on the ground? Am I seeing? I might be. Seeing cormorants. Okay, I'm going to shut off the air conditioning so I can open the window without feeling too guilty, and we're going to take a look at a few things. Okay, let me just get situated here, and I'm going to look around quickly with binoculars. Okay. I guess we'll leave the car like this right now and see if we can take a look at something. There are a number of pied-billed grebes, double-crested cormorants, a lot of gulls. Just heard a song sparrow. Okay, let me get situated here. These are just two of the grebes. Lighten it up. Lighting is challenging, and unsurprisingly so. These look like young grebes. They're not. They have, like this one has some striping you can easily see. So again, they're pied-billed grebes as opposed to some of the other grebes we've seen before. I thought we saw, months ago we saw an eared grebe. No, I'm sorry, horned grebe, not eared grebe, horned grebe. This is an eastern kingbird. Sorry it's so bright. Oh, I just heard a sandhill crane. At least I believe I did. Maybe I didn't, but I thought I did. What's in the tree over here? Bald eagle. Thought I heard a sandhill crane. Now, I may be wrong, and I don't see one, certainly. But I'll be on the lookout. Could have been something else that I only heard the partial call of, and maybe I mistook it for sandhill crane. I should probably look around with binoculars. I have to say, it's very difficult to see just by how bright everything is. So this is a double-crested cormorant, by the way. Haven't seen one in a while. Not together, anyway. That was an eagle. So you can see there are a number of cormorants here. Not many, but like 1, 2, 3, 4. At least 4. And very shortly, I think I'm going to just take a moment to look around with binoculars. Could be something hiding in plain sight for all I know. swamp. Maybe that's what I heard. Is that a swamp? And that, I believe, is an egret, great egret. I could have sworn I heard. While you're looking at that, I'm going to look around with binoculars. I just saw a Caspian tern. I don't see any sandhill cranes. So, you know, maybe I was just crazy. I saw something. Just want to see this a little better, whatever it is. Okay, it looks like a great blue heron. Looking down from an elevated perch, you could say, elevated above the water anyway. Okay, where were those gulls, which I don't see any longer? Okay, it's time to move the car a little bit. probably the biggest concentration of birds we've seen today, so I'm kind of glad we did come out here. We may not be seeing anything all that out of the ordinary, but some of those look like they're Caspian. Yes, from here. I'm having a hard time seeing my screen, but some do look like Caspian terns, so it's not just gulls out there. We're not going to be here that much longer, but still, I'm glad we came out here. I'd love to see a sandhill crane, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Okay, let me just leave it there for a moment and look around. We do have some egrets here, like there, but I've seen more than one. Just so you know, in terms of birds that are in the air, it's mostly the gulls right now. And there are quite a few great blue herons here. Unsurprisingly, I mean, you know, there's water here, and maybe there's good hunting here. I don't know. Okay, let's get a move on. Did I just? Oh, yes, I'm hearing a killdeer right now. Okay, we're going to drive away. I'm going to leave the camera in place, but I have a feeling we'll switch right back to the other very shortly and head back towards East Road. I guess I've never been here in summer before. See, even that one, which isn't that far away, I mean, it's hard to see because of the lighting. Okay, I'm going to switch cameras. There's not much else here that I can see, so let's switch. killdeer. Oh, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. To our right and up in the air is a turkey vulture. Turns out it wasn't too bad a detour, although, again, we didn't see anything really out of the ordinary. Those bugs are back, by the way. By the way, that whole area that we were just looking over, that is part of the wildlife refuge. So, I mean, it's not like we're just here in some any old random spot that's, you know, farmland or wasteland or anything like that. It's part of the refuge. The refuge, you know, I don't remember how big it is, but it's very large. I mean, it's not just you know, not just Wildlife Drive and that's it. You know, some areas, like when we go to East Road, I believe East Road itself is, you know, just a public road. I believe. I'm pretty sure of it. but the area we look down upon, which is the Knox Marcellus Marsh, that's part of the refuge as well. And there are other locations where we don't stop, and I'm sure there are locations I've never visited. There's the North Spring Pool, the South Spring Pool. We haven't been going to those areas for quite a while for various reasons. But they too are part of, the complex, the refuge. On the road, that's a catbird by the looks of things. Get off the road. Off the road, you. Okay. Did not go to Carncross Road, and I guess we could, but I don't think I'm going to. That one I definitely I would have to figure out how to get to again. This is actually relatively easy. Anyway, I don't believe that's part of anything, and by the looks of it, I may be wrong, but it kind of looked like it was an agricultural field, and it could be that by now, whatever crops are grown there, likely corn, are established and growing, and even if there is any water, which may be doubtful, maybe it's blocking the view of anything. Doubt. I mean, there's some, and I'm sure most of, or all of you have figured this out. I mean, there's some areas that are, really great certain times of the year, and then, the rest of the year they're not very interesting or very good for bird watching at all. We didn't go there today, but for instance, there was that area where we always have problems with the signal, which last fall there was water there, the crops had already been taken care of, and during the winter there was often liquid water as opposed to ice there, and it would draw waterfowl. But the rest of the time there are crops that grow there, or at least I believe so. So likely a lot less water and more vegetation to be in the way. So not much of a draw for for ducks, for instance, and you wouldn't be able to see them anyway. Provided by some trees. Now reading 89 degrees. That could have something to do with the road that we're on, but now 89 degrees. It was 85 just a couple minutes ago, so it's warm. I'll say this while we're driving, even though we're not seeing that many birds today, over the next few weeks when I'm not going to be able to have the tour, I'm going to be thinking about everybody. I'm going to miss this. Again, if my schedule changes, then, I'll try to have a tour, but probably won't change. This may be something you often do on a Saturday. Think about how it is for me. I mean, I'm this is something I've been doing for several years, and every time we've had a tour, I've never missed any tour that we've had. Always been there. Strange for me too. As I have said in the past, I never really anticipated things developing the way they have. First started, I did the first broadcast, and that day I didn't really have time to take any still photos, which was what I was doing, for most of my bird watching. And then, people asked if we could do that again. They seemed to enjoy